What's up, everybody? Welcome back to SoM Spitballers, where we talk everything SDSU baseball and softball. It's been a minute. Today's basically going to be mainly about baseball. I don't think we're really going to talk about softball at all. But
yeah, there's a lot more news that has happened out of the baseball side of things on the Mesa.
Yeah, it's been an interesting couple of weeks for sure. There was definitely that period of time where it was the everything is fine meme where everything's on fire. That was kind of the feeling for a little bit there.
I mean, and it's what we kind of were hoping for, but not exactly what we expected to happen out of it.
Well, I guess we'll start with the best news if you want to go for that, or Strasburg.
Yeah, Steven Strasburg. Many of those who went to SDSU have heard the name, know the guy. Played 3 years for SDSU from 2007 to 2009. Set school records for strikeouts in a game, strikeouts in a season, strikeouts in a career, the lowest ERA in school history, tied the program record for most wins in a season, multiple no-hitters. I think the dude
probably not a statistic they kept, but when he would pitch, there was actually sellouts at the baseball games, which doesn't happen.
Golden Spikes winner.
Yeah.
For those who don't know what the Golden Spikes is, it's basically the Heisman of NCAA baseball. And with that, the news, he has been inducted into the College Baseball Hall of Fame. Yeah, go Aztecs.
Yep, love it. Awesome. It's kind of crazy how fast he got inducted, because it seems like some other guys, like, it takes forever to get put in.
Right. Well,
I'm like, I know he's not that old at this point, right? I mean,
but his career in the bigs was so rain or shine, like.
Well, he got hurt and then he just couldn't get back. Was pretty much it. But
it was his first season.
World Series MVP, right?
Yeah. I mean, first
what
national
else do you need?
World Series too. Like,
yeah, epic, dude. Gotta love that. Oh man! All right.
So do we want to go through the whole roller coaster?
Yeah, I think we should. Okay. So Sean Cole, it's weird because it's like Sean Cole, like you've said to me, didn't get fired per se. It was his contract ran out and they just didn't renew it. And a 2-year deal, and that was it.
And from what we saw on social media, that's kind of what we were expecting. It wasn't there weren't that many high highs, there weren't that many low lows, but it was a mediocre season in respect to other years at SDSU, and it came to an end, and they were like, we don't want you back.
It makes sense. Everybody, people were calling for it before we even really got to conference play, which is kind of crazy. At least because the things that I saw online, it was people wanted him gone like immediately. And this landscape of how everything is right now with the transfer portal and NIL and all that, it's like there's not a lot of loyalty from either side. It's kind of like what you got for me right now, as far as players and moving around and all that. And so I feel bad for Sean Cole because I really don't think he got the best hand dealt to him. I think he kind of got put in a situation where he could do only so much. You know what I mean? And I think that people that wanted Sean Cole gone, they're gonna still have to be patient because you can't just like magically fix everything that fast. You know what I mean?
Yeah, completely agree. And so you say loyalty, it's weird because we're seeing the other side of it here, because after Sean Cole's time got terminated, we had the majority of our starters enter the transfer portal. The majority of
every single starting offensive player that wasn't a senior and graduated and was done, every single starter entered the transfer portal. All of them.
Yeah.
And then including a couple pitchers, which of course Marco Cipolla, who was our best pitcher of the entire season. Peyton Rogers, yeah. Well, best starter, best reliever.
Yeah.
So all of them, and good news is Jake Jackson's coming back now, so at least you got one person back.
Yeah, basically solidified a captain role on the team as being the lone returning starter.
Yeah. So that was that week of just like it was like every single day there was somebody new was in the portal. Like I'm sad because our boy CJ's going somewhere else probably.
Hmm.
I mean, obviously there's still hope that now that we have a new coach hired, if they can get some of these people back, because I know that he said he wants to keep as many people as he possibly can.
So, do you know much about our new head coach?
Kevin Vance. I mean, not before I looked into him a whole bunch. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, who knows? Who really knows that much about other coaches on other teams? I mean, for real,
Not
like,
really.
especially not the head coaches.
Yeah.
But I mean, looking into him, I mean, it seems like the perfect fit for what we need, considering our pitching was just an absolute dumpster fire the entire season.
Well, and the closest thing to being an alumni as you can get, like, dude's
Yeah,
from San Diego, grew up in Torrey Pines, played his CIF championship at Tony Gwynn Stadium. Like, for not being an Aztec, he still reps San Diego hard
yeah.
wherever
When
he
he
goes.
didn't even say he grew up like a huge Tony Gwynn fan and stuff. And
He had 2 autographs in his collection at his house. One of them is Tony Gwynn.
that's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's a big thing because it's like, yes, I like it. I like the hire because there is the tie to San Diego, but I like that it's not like, oh, you were an Aztec, so that's why you're here. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Because sometimes that can not really work out super great.
Well,
I
and it's
think the thing that I'm the
interesting.
most excited about is the fact that, I mean, yes, him being from San Diego is huge because it makes it where he knows the community, he can kind of like recruit here,
Mhm.
which I feel like that's the biggest thing. We constantly miss out on recruits from like San Diego. Like
Yeah.
Southern California is the like a golden pot of just amazing baseball. Like it's everything that you need. And
Yeah.
so to let the people that play here go to other colleges and not try to like keep them is kind of, well, it's something we've been lacking for forever.
Well, yeah. And now having someone like Kevin Vance who has some experience with NIL as a pitching coach that's looking for pitchers in a better organization, to be blunt.
Yeah.
The U of A, where he came from, was significantly better than the Aztecs last year.
Oh yeah, of course.
And
Well, duh.
yeah,
I mean,
hard
that's
hard to be
why
any worse.
that's why it's like it's hard to, I feel like I said, I feel bad for Sean Cole, but the firing or the not hiring or whatever you want to call it is completely justifiable. His record was atrocious. Like if you just look at numbers, it's like you limped into the Mountain West like tournament barely, and we still, I'm pretty sure, had the worst overall record for the whole season out of the entire conference.
Oh yeah.
And so it's like, and if you're supposed to be a pitching coach and the worst thing on the team is the pitching, you're gonna get, someone's gonna get it. It's gonna be you.
Well, and so what does the Aztecs do? What does SDSU do? They go and get a guy that, when he came to his last school, turned the team around, dropped their ERA by a whole point, went from,
Yeah.
what was it, five
Five
something to
point
four
nine,
something?
5.97 to 4.46. So 1.51.
Yeah, that's
That's massive.
insane.
It said it
That's
was literally like the top turnaround nationally,
yeah.
like in all of college baseball. And then, I mean, what was something we talked about so much this last season? The walk to strikeout ratio, right? So yeah, the last season they had the best strikeout to walk ratio in college baseball, fewest walks in all of Division I baseball,
Yeah,
which
and
it's like that's bomb. It's ridiculous.
I think one of the things that I was listening to a podcast where Kevin Vance was talking about how he views uh, these pitchers coming in, and I think the term he used was like quiet confidence.
Mm.
It's being in a pitching situation and knowing, hey, I got to get that first pitch strike. I got to get ahead in the count, and being calm, because when you're on the mound, you don't want to be flustered. You don't want to be arguing with the ref. You don't want to be doing all that. But still, you got to be in control and kind of have that, like, I'm going to throw it down your throat.
Yeah. but under
to
control. You got to be
yeah,
like kind of cocky. Like you honestly
yeah,
have to be like, I'm better than you, and I'm gonna show you. But you also can't get so in your head and like amped up that you can't control what you're
yeah.
doing.
I've been loving everything I'm hearing when
I mean,
I
they're saying all the right things. Like he's saying
mhm,
all the right things. I mean, one of the things that I love is that he basically said. I mean, I don't have the exact quote, but it was something along the lines of like he's gonna like help all these kids like get really like good at baseball, but also like life, like
mhm.
prepare them for growing up in life and like life lessons. And it's like that's huge because instead of it just being like only about the game, you know, to
Well,
instill values and morals and like teach like actually life important things instead of it just being all about baseball.
and it's something that people sometimes forget about college sports in general is yeah, you're gonna be playing and everyone's goal is to go to the majors, like whether that's NFL, MLB, but at the end of the day, only a small fraction of players get there. So
Yeah,
you need to when you're on the ball field, you're needing to learn other skills that are going to make you a better person outside of the ball field.
yeah. Well, and I feel like that also that kind of culture like it breeds like camaraderie. So it's not like everybody's in it for themselves. It's like you're a family and everybody's got to look out for each other. And I think that's
Yeah,
a huge thing to like promote and push forward. You know what I mean?
completely agree.
I do. I think. I mean, the fact that he got endorsed by Strasburg and Bud Black and Tony Gwynn Jr. and what's his name? The Chip Hale, right? Chip Hale, the Arizona head coach.
Mm-hmm.
Even he came out and was like, "Oh, he's gonna freaking kill it."
Yeah,
He was like, "He's a
he's
super
ready
hard
for the job.
worker. Like,
Yeah,
he's gonna be successful. Like, it's which I mean, to lose somebody like one of your like top assistant coaches and then to immediately be like, hell yeah for him. I mean, that just goes to show that everybody believes the guy's gonna, do the work and he's gonna be really good. I
I've
think
got a
my
quote. I've
other
got a let,
sorry,
let
go
me just throw this quote in here from Bud Black, who was my suggestion for a new coach in the last podcast. Uh, Kevin
ahead.
is
I forgot about that.
Kevin is a passionate, hardworking, and innovative baseball coach. He brings a broad background in college coaching, and with his local ties, a strong relationship will be built with it in the community, which will enhance recruiting. We are all confident Kevin will create the standards and cultures that define Aztec athletics. Like it's kind of the perfect fit with it.
Yeah,
So I can't say much more than that. It's like when a MLB manager of the year is shouting you out,
yeah.
like you're doing
I mean,
something right.
everything that I've seen from everywhere, everybody's got good things to say. Like, there's even stuff on the Arizona website, like from when they hired him, like initially.
Yeah,
And Chip Hale was basically like, he wins everywhere he goes. Like, he's a winner. And
yeah,
I'm like, when was the last time we had that? You know what I mean? That's the mentality you want, where it's not like, oh man, it's everything's against us, so it's gonna happen. No, hell no, we're gonna kick the shit out of you. We're gonna win. Like,
yeah.
I love that.
But I
Like
will say it's going to take some time, right? It's
yeah,
gonna, and that's something that I think we need to be ready for. In that this might not happen immediately. It could,
yeah.
and if it does, that's going to be awesome. But at the same time, like
There
you're
might be some
coming
growing
in,
pains,
yeah. Well, he's coming in with a team that, like we said at the beginning of the podcast, all of our starters left.
Yeah.
Like, and yeah, we're getting some guys back. We got Jake Jackson back. We got some guys from Oregon State
What's
that
interesting about all those guys, it was like five guys from Oregon State. I didn't look super
yeah,
deep into all of them. Like I kind of just looked them up real quick, but it seems like most of them haven't played very much. Like they're still young and they haven't gotten a chance to play. But I mean, obviously Oregon State has a great baseball program. So I mean, if you're getting recruited there, probably pretty freaking good.
yeah.
So I mean, I'm pretty stoked on that. There was another guy that we got. I'm trying to remember where he transferred from, but third baseman, outfielder, but also still pretty young. Only like I think he's like a sophomore. But
Yeah.
what's interesting to me is, you know, as far as the transfer portal went, like we said, we lost. I mean, Omar Serrano graduated. He was done. Marco Cipolla transferred. Peyton Rogers transferred. Other than that, most of the pitchers I haven't heard a lot about. And so what's funny is the transfers. I know it's still we got a ways to go, but the transfers that we've gotten so far to like kind of make up for that is all position players. Like I haven't seen us get one single pitcher, and so that's why I'm really interested because I'm like, does he believe that a bunch of the pitchers that even though they struggled last year, that he's going to be able to turn them around? Like I know he said he wants to keep everybody as much as he can. And so that is interesting because I mean the dynamic of the fielders obviously not playing together, that's going to take some getting used to. You got to you got to learn the tendencies of the other dudes on the field. Pitching, it's like pitchers and catchers are kind of the only ones that really
the battery
sync up exactly. And so it'll be interesting because it's like I don't know if our backup because I know Sipe was done. That was his last year. He was a senior.
Yeah.
And then I don't know if any of the other catchers stuck around or not.
Yeah, I can't.
It's hard, honestly, to everybody out there, it's kind of hard to track this transfer portal stuff because, especially in baseball, because baseball, they don't cover it very much. Like, it's here or there, and the teams they cover are usually, Oregon State, Arizona, the, like, big schools that are in the College World Series.
You know where I've been seeing most of my news when it comes to it? CJ's Twitter.
Oh yeah, that's funny.
It's like literally like because every time someone enters, he reposts. Every time someone signs somewhere, he'll put it on his Instagram or something like that. That's like how I know that Peyton Rogers is going to UC Irvine.
Oh, okay.
It's like because he's just again one of the things that we loved about CJ when he was on the podcast with us is he's just like
positive, dude.
Well, he's positive and he made all these connections with these guys in what little time he played here. And every single one of them is like reposting, communicating. Hey, I'm going to shout out this guy so that he can do the best he can wherever he goes, whether he's staying at SDSU and helping us get better, or if he thinks that he can be better somewhere else. Because he made that connection while he was here and he's building it and growing it. And again, it's something that we really had admired in CJ when we talked to him, and we can see it now when he's helping his boys out wherever they go.
Obviously rooting for him no matter where he goes. Like, I mean, he had a great season even though he missed a bunch of it because he was hurt. Like, still, like when he got to play, he was doing. I mean, he was hitting. He had multi-hit games like every single game. Like he was on fire. But I mean, I think too one of the things that I'm most excited about for Kevin Vance is that he seems to have a lot of experience with recruiting. Like he's highly touted for recruiting. Like when he was at Boston College before he was at Arizona, it said that he was like the recruiting coordinator for Boston College. So he was an assistant coach and the recruiting coordinator. So I'm like, so he knows what he's doing. And even there, like even at Boston College, he had pitchers that got drafted. Like Arizona, he's got people that are probably going to get drafted. Like he's a winner. He has a positive attitude, and like you can tell he wants this to work. And the fact that he's from here, it's like that personal aspect. He's probably going to do like everything he possibly can to see the Aztecs. I think he called this a sleeping giant, where he's like the potential's there. You just got to, kick the tires, wake it up, get it going.
Yeah. Well, it's like what is the draw to come here? Like other than like right now we don't have the organization that's winning championships. Like so you need to build that, and that's what you do as a coach. But other than that, we're a paradise city to go to school in. Like you just say, hey, you want to go walk to the beach? You want to go to the mountains and hike? You want to like SeaWorld, Legoland, wherever? Like you got all this stuff here. Like, and then if we start gaining momentum and become a team that's battling for winning a Mountain West tournament every year, like what was he wanted to host a regional. That was his goal.
I will say, I think the big thing too, though, is this hire, I think, shows that the school is getting more serious about baseball because they actually, went out and did research and found somebody that was good for the job, not just somebody that was either a popular hire or this will make people shut up or, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I feel like that happened. I know he's only the seventh head coach, but I mean, we've seen it in the other sports kind of like with football where it's like they kind of do something that doesn't really track. Like it doesn't make a lot of sense. It just is like flashy. So it's like, ooh, you know what I mean? And
Well, and
I hope this goes well, but I do think everybody is going to need to like pump the brakes because Sean Cole only had the team for 2 years and people were ready to throw that dude off the court and out of bridge. And I'm like, he didn't do anything wrong. It just didn't work out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I think everyone's going to have to. Well, it's like you got to get to know the kids. You got to get them to know each other. You got to get them all to play together, get them like out of their own heads. There's so much more pressure because it's like if you're playing for a scholarship, if you don't have one, you know what I mean? Like.
You're dealing with 18 to 21-year-olds that are out of their parents' house for the first time. Like, there's so much
trying to figure it out.
Yeah,
just trying to figure it out. No, for sure, man. I mean, I don't know. It seems like we got somebody that at least can guide them and keep everybody together. I think it's just going to be who can we get, like recruiting wise, and then how well does everybody mesh? And so, can he turn around our pitching? Because that's pretty much. We scored runs. Offense wasn't really the problem. It was just no lead was ever safe. Walks. Well, yeah, you can't load the bases and then give up a double and be like, oh yeah, well if I didn't walk 3 guys, then we wouldn't have given up 3 runs. Like, really?
Heading out, we'll probably do another short little video like this to get the word out there. I know in the softball world they're doing camps where they're checking out new girls that are coming up from high school and getting them on the field and seeing what they can do. So it'll be interesting to see what happens this off season. And once we know something, we'll send it out across the web through Sons of Montezuma.
Hopefully he keeps attracting all these recruits and transfers and stuff, man. That's all I mean, if we can tap into the pipeline that is like Southern California. There's just endless baseball here. It's the only place really in most of the United States that you can play baseball all year round. So that's why there's so many good baseball players. But we've never done it. We have never tapped into that. And I think that he might be the guy, to do that. And I think that'll be a game changer for everything. The fact that he's got so much experience recruiting. Because I think that's got to be the hardest part of all of this. Okay. You know what I mean?
Like, it's weird to say it like that, but that's kind of the mentality. It's like we've had, like you said, we've had 7 coaches. And there were times where it was like, oh, we have Tony Gwynn. And that's the draw.
Yeah.
It's like the draw is come here because Tony Gwynn's our head coach and you can play under Tony Gwynn. And
I think we just need a winning culture. But the thing is that also comes down to the school. The school's got to support the program. Like, I'm sorry. It is embarrassing that our outfield wall is 5 different shades of forest green. You can't get one goddamn color and paint the wall. It's been like that forever. It's like, come on, man. Like, the softball field has a great, like, they got the Aztec calendar on it, like, all that. So I'm like, you can't put a horrible product on the field and expect people to show up and want to be involved. You can't, make the stadium look run down. If you want to host a regional, you're going to have to actually put some time and some effort into it. Like the field itself, like the playing surface is always great. But I just feel like, and I think a lot of people would agree with me that people that have followed like San Diego State baseball for a long time, the school, it's not a moneymaker for them. So it doesn't seem like they care that much about it. You know what I mean? And hopefully that's changing with this hire. Like hopefully because of the things that are going to be happening with NIL and this house, settlement and all that, hopefully that pushes them to be like, oh, we need to actually like pay more attention to softball and baseball because I mean, softball definitely gets more love than baseball, but that's because they've been winning. But at the same time, I mean,
well, and they didn't fix the fence until they started winning.
Yeah,
it was like, you guys won back-to-back championships. Okay, well, maybe we'll fix the fence.
Yeah,
like maybe we'll clean it up a little bit.
It's such a simple thing. Like, I mean, and I know it's not. Oh, it doesn't matter that much, but it's like, but when you go there and you look at it and you're like, this looks a little shoddy. Anyway, I'm excited about Kevin Vance. How are you?
Yeah, I mean, everything I'm hearing is music to my ears. Mentality is going to be a big thing, and it's one of the big things that he brought up in multiple interviews I've seen with him.
one of the biggest things that from like all the things that people are saying about him, what he says in his interviews, all that, it just seems like he's very like built on instilling confidence in his own players. And I mean, baseball is such a mental game. If you go up there and you think you're not going to do good, guess what? You're probably not. So if you can instill that confidence, like you were saying, like the pitcher mentality, you got to be like, I'm going to throw this ball down your throat, and there's nothing you can do about it because that's the only way it's going to work out for you. So I think that's a huge thing. It's just the culture that he's trying to bring is going to be.
Well, and that's all you can really do in the first season.
Yeah.
It's like,
well, and as far as fans go, we just need to support. Like, it can't be, oh, we lost the first 3 games, we're going to all
boycott the rest of the season.
Yeah. Like, you gotta look for some positive. Like, and I think that's the biggest thing for me is people need to not expect this to magically all of a sudden be the best team. Like, there's going to be growing pains. It's going to take some work. Hopefully it gets there, but I mean, it's not going to happen overnight.
It's so easy to be nice.
Yeah.
Just be positive.
Kindness is free. Like like CJ said, you know?
I mean, it's true. One of the things that I stand by, and it's something that like I remember listening to my mom say when we were playing, it was just like, hey, if they can do it, we can do it. Like if they scored 6 runs in 1 inning, it's like, okay, so let's do that.
Yep.
Like don't get down because you're moving slow. Just pick it up.
My biggest things would be don't get too high with the highs or too low with the lows. Fans, everybody needs to be supportive and actually show up and like go to games because, like you said, that home field advantage. We played so much better at home this last season when people were there actually cheering them on and like do it, being involved. My baseballism from my dad that he used to tell me when I would get frustrated playing was some days chicken, some days feathers. This is, some days you're gonna play great, some days it's not your day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ride it out. I'm looking
forward to it, man. I'm
excited. As of right now, Jake Jackson's our boy because he came back. So
yeah,
we love Jake Jackson.
Jake Jackson.
All right, everybody. Don't forget, like and subscribe on YouTube, Spotify, iHeartRadio. I don't even know. Is it on everything?
Yeah, iHeartRadio, Apple.
Yeah. Follow Sons of Montezuma on social media everywhere. Do it.
Twitter, Instagram, all the above.
Shout out, Swish League is going on right now, and they're covering a bunch of that for basketball. So if you're interested in SDSU basketball, Swish League's awesome. So anyway, go Aztecs.
See you guys next time.